Welcome to Probashi Realty, your trusted source for international real estate investment insights, property market updates, and expert guidance from around the world. Are you thinking about buying property in Saudi Arabia? Maybe you're an expatriate already living in the kingdom. Or perhaps you're an international investor looking for one of the fastest growing real estate markets in the Middle East. But before investing, you probably have several important questions. Can foreigners actually buy property in Saudi Arabia? How much does it cost? What are the legal requirements? Which city offers the best investment opportunity? And perhaps the biggest question of all, is Saudi Arabia really a good place to invest your money? In today's video, we'll answer all of these questions in a simple and practical way, so that by the end, you'll have a clear understanding of how the Saudi property market works and whether it's the right investment for you. So let's get started. Let's begin with the most common question. Can foreigners legally own property in Saudi Arabia? The answer is yes, but it depends on who you are, where you want to buy, and whether you meet the legal requirements. For many years, Saudi Arabia had strict restrictions on foreign ownership. However, as part of Vision 2030, the government has gradually introduced reforms to encourage foreign investment and support economic diversification. Today, many expatriates and international investors can purchase certain types of residential and commercial properties under approved conditions. If you are an expatriate already living in Saudi Arabia, your Iqama, which is your official residency permit, plays a very important role. The Iqama proves that you are legally residing in the kingdom. Banks, government offices, and developers generally require it for many transactions, including financing and property purchases where applicable. Many people also ask about the Kafala or sponsorship system. Traditionally, expatriates worked under a Saudi sponsor, known as a kafil. Although Saudi Arabia has introduced labor reforms giving many workers greater flexibility, your residency and employment status remain important when applying for financing or completing legal procedures. A common misconception is that the sponsor owns your property. That is not true. If the property is legally registered in your name under Saudi law, you are the legal owner. Foreign buyers can generally purchase apartments, villas, office spaces, and investment properties in approved areas. However, there are restrictions. Religious cities such as Makkah and Medina have special regulations, and ownership opportunities for non-Saudis may be limited or subject to additional requirements. Certain military or strategically sensitive locations are also restricted. Because regulations can change, buyers should always verify the latest requirements before making any investment decision. Overall, Saudi Arabia has become significantly more welcoming to foreign property buyers than it was a decade ago. Now let's discuss one of the biggest concerns: cost. Property prices vary greatly depending on the city, neighborhood, property type, and quality of construction. For example, a modern apartment in Riyadh generally costs more than a similar apartment in Dammam. Luxury villas located in premium communities can cost several million Saudi riyals. Commercial properties, especially in business districts, are often even more expensive. But remember, the purchase price is only one part of the total investment. Many first-time buyers overlook additional costs. These may include legal fees, registration charges, transaction taxes where applicable, real estate agent commissions, valuation costs, mortgage processing fees, maintenance charges, insurance, and utility connection fees. If you're purchasing an apartment in a luxury residential community, you may also need to pay annual community maintenance fees that cover security, landscaping, swimming pools, gyms, elevators, and shared facilities. Therefore, before purchasing any property, prepare a complete financial plan that includes every expected expense, not just the advertised selling price. Understanding the legal process is just as important as choosing the right property. Before signing any agreement, verify that the property has clear legal ownership. Confirm that the seller has the legal right to sell the property and that there are no disputes, unpaid obligations, or legal complications. Always review the title documents carefully. If you're unfamiliar with Saudi property law, hiring an experienced real estate lawyer can be a valuable investment. Next, Verify whether foreigners are allowed to own property in the specific area where you plan to buy. Ownership rules may differ depending on location and project type. If you're financing the purchase, Saudi banks generally offer Sharia-compliant financing instead of conventional interest-based mortgages. Approval usually depends on your income, employment history, residency status, credit profile, and down payment. After selecting the property, both parties sign a sales purchase agreement outlining the price, payment schedule, and legal responsibilities. The final stage involves government registration and official ownership transfer. Only after registration is completed are you recognized as the legal owner. Choosing the right city depends on your investment goals. If your priority is long-term capital growth and strong rental demand, Riyadh is generally considered the strongest option. As Saudi Arabia's capital, Riyadh continues to attract multinational companies, government investment, and thousands of skilled professionals every year. If you prefer luxury waterfront living or tourism-related investments, Jeddah offers excellent opportunities. Its Red Sea coastline, modern lifestyle, and strong expatriate community make it one of the kingdom's most desirable property markets. If affordability is your priority, Dammam offers lower entry prices while maintaining stable rental demand due to its industrial economy. Finally, there is NEOM. Although still under development, NEOM represents one of the world's most ambitious smart city projects. It offers potentially high long-term returns, but because it is still evolving, investors should understand that future developments may involve higher uncertainty than established cities. So, is Saudi Arabia a good place to invest? For many investors, the answer is yes. But success depends on choosing the right property, in the right location, at the right price. Saudi Arabia's Vision 2030 reforms, massive infrastructure spending, expanding tourism sector, and growing economy continue to create strong demand for both residential and commercial real estate. Rental demand remains healthy in major cities, particularly where employment opportunities continue to grow. However, every investment carries risk. Market conditions can change, regulations may evolve, and choosing the wrong location or developer can affect your returns. That's why research, due diligence, and professional advice are essential before making any purchase. Buying property in Saudi Arabia has become more accessible for qualified foreign buyers than ever before. With proper planning, a clear understanding of the legal framework, and careful property selection, Saudi Arabia can offer attractive opportunities for both home buyers and long-term investors. If you found this guide helpful, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to Probashi Realty, and turn on notifications so you never miss our latest international real estate insights, market updates, and investment guides. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.